Well, the elections are a matter of weeks, soon days away. And because our show is seen literally all across the country on over 100 affiliates and watched by many of you online, it's difficult for me to bear in on local races because of the parochial nature of that race, and the rest of the country say, well, what does that have to do with us? So I try and speak to you in principle and encourage you in principle. I want to start today's program by saying thank you to the people who write to us, both with good old-fashioned U.S. mail and the people who email to us, both comments and questions. We thank you. And if you want to contact us, if you're watching this on television, go to our website, voiceofresistance.com. Voice of Resistance, all one word, voiceofresistance.com. And you can email us there. And a lot of the topics that I discuss on this program are from our mailbag, from viewers like you. Please know that one of us on this team reads, we read every single email. I mean, we look at what comes in, and we want to know what you're thinking. And if you're thinking something, if you have a question, please let us know. Same with snail mail. Thank you for your snail mail. And thank you for the financial contributions, by the way. We survive, this program survives based upon the supporters who view us. It's a viewer-supported program. I don't get paid for this. I'd like that to change someday, but I don't get paid for it. But we do have staff that do have to be paid. We have expenses that are directly associated with the show. So if you go to the website and you like what you see there, make a contribution. And one other thing, everything on the show, on the website rather, that is available is there for free. If you want to make a contribution, you can, but we are trying to raise up a fresh generation, a fresh battalion, if you will, a fresh army of people who will fight for what is right. And whether it involves us standing and leaving a witness and a testimony as this nation collapses into a rubble heap, so that on the other side of this judgment, we can have people rebuild it properly, or whether it means that we can actually raise up a resistance that stops the slide into hell and reverses course before it is just plain too late. Whatever scenario there is, I would love for you to be a part of the solution. And so, as we bear in on the election, and the Democrats are frantic as to whether or not they're going to lose the Senate, they know that they're going to lose more seats in the House. By the way, with the House leadership under John Boehner, I don't know that that means much. I mean, John Boehner's not our friend. John Boehner could have stopped Obamacare. John Boehner could have defunded Obamacare. John Boehner could have done a great number of things. He could have defunded Planned Parenthood. John Boehner is a traitor to the principles of Christian ethics and conservatism, as he has proven recently by raising money and giving money to 3 Republican candidates that are outright enemies of human life and the covenant, the sacrament of marriage. But I digress. What I want to leave you with in this segment is that Ronald Reagan was unelectable. Remember that. Reagan ran in '76 in a primary against then-President Ford and almost won. I mean, in the beginning, Ford had enough momentum as sitting president to prevail. Reagan stayed in the race almost all the way to the convention, if my memory is correct, and won state after state after state after state. In the smaller states, he didn't have enough electoral votes, or enough votes on the convention floor, rather, to win the nomination, but he put up a really good fight. But people were saying then in '76, and then they said it again as the primary got underway in 1979 and 1980, that he was unelectable. Now, let me say this clearly, okay? Look into my eyes. Saying that Ronald Reagan was unelectable was a lie. And clearly, at least in my opinion, he was the greatest president of the second half of the 20th century. Okay? And they said he was unelectable. He was very electable. And he turned a great number of things around. Well, we need more unelectable candidates, don't we? And maybe, It could be you. Now, it's too late for this election cycle. I know that. But as you watch all that's going on around you, I don't care if you're 25, 35, 45, 55, 65 years old. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. There may come a moment when in your heart you say, I've had it with these duplicitous adversaries of truth, these duplicitous enemies of life. I'm going to run. And you run with courage and with clarity and with valor. And maybe you, sir, maybe you, ma'am, the unelectable candidate, can get elected to your county government or to your state government or maybe to our federal government. And you can be a voice and a force for righteous and just change in this America. Think about it.